Steve Magnante here at High Octane Classics in Auburn, Massachusetts with a really cool 2000 Camaro. Now don't call this a Z28. This is actually a WU8 Super Sport. Of course, RPO WU8 cost $3,950, which took the Z28 and turned it into a Super Sport. Go back to 1960s, of course, Z28 Super Sport, two different creatures, both high performance. And again, this is the rebirth of the Super Sport. Now, something unique and specific to WU8 Super Sport Camaros was this cold air induction hood. Standard Z28s did not have this. This actually has an opening in the front, which ducts cool air into the leading area where it then feeds the air cleaner. Beyond that, these cars were modified by Ed Hamburger's SLP, or Street Legal Performance. And for that $3,950 upcharge, you also got an extra 15 horsepower out of the LS1. So 305 becomes 320 very real, very net horsepower. These cars were incredibly potent when new, and this one's essentially unmodified. It does have an aftermarket K&N style air cleaner, but otherwise, this one has the 320 horsepower it was born with. And these things are potent cars. Now, the Super Sport was available with either an automatic or a 6-speed manual transmission. This one is the automatic, but before we go inside, let's point out this one does have the Super Sport specific chrome 5-spoke wheels, which are reminiscent of the ZR1 Corvette rim in their 5-spoke design, but not the same. But again, these are unique to the Super Sport, as are the fender emblems. Now, this one is a T-top car, the CC1 T-tops, about an $800 option. And these are the next best thing to a convertible. Basically, lift the handle inside, like so, and take them off, put them in the back, and you're essentially enjoying the sun without too much of the open air experience that you might find in a convertible. Inside, this one is an automatic, has the 150 mile an hour speedometer, the 6,000 RPM redline tachometer, aftermarket CD player stereo, but again, the Camaro SS emblem on the center stack of the instrument cluster right there. So again, don't call it a Z28. They're quite different. But a nice car with 41,000 original miles, largely unmodified, very pure, very clean car with likely California history. The back of these cars is a beautiful thing. Again, this is the hatchback, and the SLP cars, again, have the Super Sport logo at the right rear corner. And back in the 60s, Super Sport or Z28 were your two high-performance Camaros, and the SS package revival in 1998, I believe it was how these cars set themselves apart from the Z28. Okay, let's open up the deck lid, or the hatchback, whatever you want to call it, and look inside, and yeah, there it is. Very, very pure inside. The original gray. Here's the security panel here. You flip this forward, and that's all about keeping prying eyes from seeing what's inside the car. But here's the hidden security area here. Here are the spots where the T-tops would fit in for storage. And on that side, we see a 12-disc CD player, a nice add-on, a nice touch, an upgrade over the stock. Now, these have the 7.62 rear axle with posit traction, I believe a 342 ratio, and these cars in stock trim are fully capable of running a 13.7, 13.8 and a quarter mile with traction. And so this basically, the LS1 Camaro Super Sport or Z28, these really were a major step forward versus the old tune port injected IROCs. So a classic, a modern day car, be ahead of the curve and buy this one for your collection. It has 41,000 original miles, so it's a great unmolested example. And keep in mind that High Octane Classics does finance cars like this with as little as 10% down. They'll deliver this car to your work, your school, wherever you might like it. And they do accept trades, late models, classics, pretty much anything is accepted. And keep in mind too that High Octane Classics is going on 12 years in the business, and they're always looking for sales and service technicians. If you think you might want to join the team, give them a call at 508-859-4515. And keep in mind that when High Octane Classics sells cars, they also need to replenish them. So if you have cars for sale 1 to 50, give them a call and talk it over. So to learn more about this 2000 Camaro SS, not a Z28, it's actually quite a bit more special than that. In fact, this is one of 2,569 automatic SSs built in the year 2000. So it's a highly documented car. So to learn more about this one, go to the High Octane Classics website.